All right, guys. Well, we're going to the precinct right now. First precinct to make a complaint. There goes a cop right there. Now, the reason we are making this complaint is because Officer Durson, who I had the issue with before, earlier, actually went back to that gas station with another cop. So he brought 2 cop cars with him, I'm guessing for intimidation purposes, and asked the gas station attendee for my name. Now, why would he ask for my name? Obviously, he wants to do something retaliatory, because all I was doing was exercising my First Amendment right, and he was trying to get my name. Absolutely ridiculous. So here we are, guys. Let's get it going. We are at the first precinct. All right. Visiting parking, police personnel, restricted area, authorized personnel only, no trespassing. So we cannot go past this area, but we can absolutely go everywhere else. All right, guys. Go back where? We didn't go back there.
No, I know. I saw you starting to walk over there.
Gotcha. Can I get your name and badge number?
What?
Name and badge number?
Sergeant Reber, 1535.
Sergeant Reber, 1535. Thank you very much.
You guys need help or anything? Any assistance?
I'm going to need help in a little bit. Right now, I'm going to take a few pictures.
Okay.
But I definitely do need help with something. And you're a sergeant, so I would like to speak to a sergeant or a lieutenant, definitely.
Okay.
All right, so I'll meet you inside.
You need help right now?
Not right now,
right,
but...
I'm just letting you know you can't record inside there, okay?
Why can't we record inside?
Because there's other people in there. And
that doesn't matter. It's a public place.
No, if there's victims in there, you can't be recording in there.
It's a public place, Sergeant.
I'm just letting you know, we'll give you all the assistance you want. You just can't record inside the building.
What was it, Sergeant? I'm sorry.
Reber, R-I-E-B-E-R.
Sergeant Reber, this is a public place.
I understand.
And
but
anybody inside
has inside.
Then you take them behind. There is no expectation of privacy in public, sir. Right. That is the truth.
In the building,
so for you to tell me...
In the building's a little different. Outside, listen,
plan on
by
going
all
in the
means,
lobby.
record what you gotta do.
Yeah, we're only going to go into the lobby. You know, we're not going to go into any restricted areas or anything like that. Not right now.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. What is that thing? It's like a memorial.
What is that?
I don't know. Telling me we can't go inside. I will go inside. That is a fact. And now he said we can. All right, guys. Yeah. Let's see who this is. How you doing? Can I get your name and badge number? Appreciate it. What was it?
Fiona Senna, 7269.
Fiona Senna? Appreciate it. All right, guys, before I go in there, I just wanted to give you a little insight for this video. This right here, in my opinion, is gold. I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. It's not your average video where, we're going back and forth and facing off with these officers. I truly went in here and I poured my heart out to these officers and two sergeants. Literally, I did not disrespect them at all. I took their little wise comments where I felt like saying, go F yourself, you don't care. But I just wanted to make it clear that I absolutely poured my heart out to these guys, as you will see, and really tried to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the citizens. I was really, really trying to get them to come see our side on a human-to-human level. And in my opinion, they wouldn't even budge and give me that. The first sergeant was a straight scumbag. The second sergeant at least heard me out, and I believe he did in his hearts of hearts understand. But obviously, he wasn't going to go against his other sergeant and officers and admit that, this was wrong. But in my opinion, this whole entire complaint was a big fail to them because they wouldn't even admit that if what I was saying was completely true and the camera shows that their officer was acting this way, that they wouldn't even condone that. They wouldn't even admit that we don't condone that behavior. And to me, that is very, very sad and very, very scary. To be completely honest with you, it took a lot for me not to tell them to go F themselves and stomp out of there, but I kept my cool just so it would show that not every citizen is out to get them, and show that most of us really do want to bridge this gap between law enforcement and citizens. This one's a little long one, but it's definitely worth it, guys. I think you're really going to love it. And I'm speaking for all citizens who get violated every single day. It's your boy, New York Accountability. Enjoy the video. And again, keep in mind, I did everything to get these cops to try to understand how we feel and for them to come talk to me on a human-to-human level. You let me know what you think in the comments. Suffolk County Police Department, 1st Precinct, guys.
Hey man, you say you need help with a report? Can I help you out with that now?
Yeah, I just, give me a few minutes.
Record what's on the wall, no problem.
You got it, exactly. What happened? What changed? I thought we weren't allowed in.
I closed the door, so if anyone's walking around, because we do have a victim in the precinct.
Gotcha.
So I don't want you recording it.
But I'm saying, no, when you first did come out, you said there was no recording allowed in.
I mean, really, we have victims, but I closed the door. I made you...
No disrespect, Sergeant. No disrespect, Sergeant. But really, you have to create the privacy for those victims. This is a public lobby. Anybody could come into a public lobby. All due respect.
All right.
And that sign out there is an unconstitutional sign, and it should really be taken down.
I understand. You can talk to headquarters about that. So, is there anything I can help you out with right now?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
How do I go about getting a complaint form on an officer?
I can give you one that you can write out, or I can take it and then I write it up.
All right, can I do both?
Sure.
All right. I'm not going to, I would like to do it anonymously. So will you take it anonymously or no?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll give you the form then.
Is there a lieutenant on site, Sergeant?
What's that?
Is there a lieutenant?
There is not.
Oh, wait.
So let me get you the form, okay?
Appreciate it.
Yes. I'll print you one up. Yep. Thanks, Jay. No, they won't. You can. Oh, it remains. I think Jay. I think I.
That blue line flag is another thing that should go. Desecration of the United States flag. Now that's the flag.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Then here's another pamphlet to help you out with that.
Excellent. And how does this work? I fill this out.
Fill that out, I take it, and then I submit it, and then our internal affairs will help you out with it.
Okay. And which pamphlet is it? This one?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said you would take it yourself as well?
Yeah, I would take that form and then fill it in.
No, the complaint.
Yeah.
Or if you're not interested, it's fine. I mean, I can do it either way.
Whatever you like to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you know what it is, considering you are the sergeant, and I hope that you will, reprimand your officer.
Absolutely.
Officer Durson.
Durson?
Correct. Badge number 7204, I believe. He was driving squad car 112.
Durson, and what's his shield?
7204. So I saw him at a gas station. I walked up to him. I started talking to him. I mean, I wasn't rude like you see some of these, guys on YouTube like that. I was, we were playing around, joking around a little bit. And then out of nowhere, he got, just very rude and unprofessional.
Okay.
And then from there, he told me to get away from his car. I said, I don't have to get away from your car. You can drive away.
Was he in the middle of something?
He was just, when I walked up, he was sitting in his car alone, just on his phone.
In the gas station?
In the gas station, correct.
Okay.
So then after he didn't want to talk to me anymore, he drives away and he goes up to the gas station attendant. Mm-hmm. And I see that, so I start walking up. And I walk up, and he gets out of his car aggressively and says, back up. And he said, these guys are telling me you guys are bothering them. And I said, what? And
the gas attendant?
Correct.
Okay.
And he was pretty much trying to, solicit a bullshit illegal trespass on me. And I turned to the gas station attendant. I said, am I bothering you? He said, no. And then Officer Durson turned to him and said, isn't he bothering you? And the gas station guy said no. Mind you, I have all of this on film, so if you like, I could send it to you in email. So he lied, obviously. Then from there, he goes across the street. He said a wise comment to me, goes across the street, and he's looking at me. So I went across the street, and he rolls down his window and just starts, I don't know exactly what he said. He said something wise. He says this too. Okay, there's a few things. Number one, he says, because I'm an independent journalist, and he says, I can't talk. It's our Suffolk County policy that we can't talk to journalists. Is that true, Sergeant?
You should
Come on,
talk to
Sergeant.
PIB if you want
Sergeant.
if you want to comment on something.
You can't comment on that?
I just told you what you can do.
But
You
I'm
talk to
asking you
PIB.
if you could comment on it. You're telling me you can't talk to none
No,
of these
I'm not
officers?
going to talk to a journalist. You can talk to our PIB.
Listen,
Public
a
Information
journalist
Bureau,
is
and
a
they will give you the
citizen.
information,
A
okay?
journalist is a citizen.
Listen, I understand.
So
But
I
I'm
don't know-
saying if you want an official comment on regarding some sort of incident, you talk to the Public Information Bureau. You can go that route, yeah.
Is it your policy?
So listen, what time did this
Okay,
happen?
just-
Because I'm trying to take the complaint.
So obviously you're not going to answer that question. It's fine. I know it's not true.
Okay.
Because a journalist is a citizen. It's just a job. And that's funny because, independent journalists are the only people who try to hold law enforcement accountable and try to stand on their rights,
Yes.
which isn't a bad thing. And I wish you guys would see that.
Okay. What time did this incident occur, sir?
2:00.
2 o'clock?
Yep,
today?
yep.
You got it.
So
And this was at which gas station?
this was at Sitco,
And he was in marked unit what?
112.
Okay.
And and it gets a lot worse. Then we're across the street. He tells me, back away from my car, back away from my car. At this point, both of us are, not liking each other. So obviously I'm not going to listen to him. And just because I don't obey an unlawful order, that doesn't make me wrong. It doesn't make me wrong. He tells me to get away. So then he goes, okay. And he drives and he says, follow me. And he turns on the block, the next block by CVS. Okay? And then he says, come here, let's talk. And I'm walking towards him because this whole time before he left, I said, Officer Durson, let's start over. Let's de-escalate because I would really like to talk to you, civilly, because that's what I do. I don't know if you see a lot of these YouTube guys, or as they go and they try to start trouble and, you guys call them baiters. I like to really talk to officers and have a real dialogue to try to bridge the gap between, law enforcement and the public, because there's a huge gap. And, but he wanted nothing to do with it and just, played me like a fool. And that's fine. But this was so unprofessional that he's saying, come on. And then I'm walking towards the car and he's playing the game with me, driving up more. I'm walking towards the car, driving, come on. I'm walking towards the car, driving up more. Literally doing that a half a block.
Okay.
You know, like a child.
Sure.
You know, like how unprofessional is that? And he's telling me that he was in the middle of a thing at the gas station, this and that. So if that's the case, why antagonize me to come across the street and then why play games with me and drive for me to walk forward? Now, I had enough of that, so I left and I went across the street. This guy followed me for at least 25 minutes. And I have it all on film, literally, all on film. And then to the point where I saw him parked on the corner just watching me, and I went up to him. And I said, Officer Durson, I tried to, and I'll send you the video. Officer Durson, I tried to have a conversation with you, didn't want to have a conversation. I'm going to tell you this now. If I see you one more time and you try to follow me, I am going to put in a complaint on you. I was not going to do so because we were just, bullshitting with each other. But he continued to do it.
Okay.
Now, I don't understand how he has the time to just play the bullshit game of, driving, the high school game of driving, and making people laugh that are at the deli right there watching it. That makes the department look like shit. Like, plain and simple.
Then you went back to the gas station.
So now here's my major issue, and here's why I'm coming anonymous. I went back to the gas station 2 hours later. Officer Durson went back to the gas station with another officer in a different squad car. Only thing I could guess why he would bring another officer is for intimidation to get my name. And he was pressing the gas station attendant for my name. Now, why else would he do that, Sergeant, besides doing something retaliatory? Why would he go back to a gas station with another cop and push for my name when all I did was exercise my First Amendment right, a right that him, you, and all of yous swore an oath to protect?
Right.
Now he's trying to get my name, a citizen who didn't commit any crime. He has no RAS, no PC, nothing.
Can you make an arrest? Listen, you're throwing out terms. I'm just letting you. He's allowed to ask questions as well. You just talked about the First Amendment. He's
Okay.
allowed to ask questions as well too, right?
He can go
Yes
and
or
get. No, he cannot.
Yes,
he
he can.
cannot
He
gather
can
in.
ask somebody.
Sergeant,
Yes, he
he
can.
cannot gather information on a citizen if the
He was
citizen
told-
has not committed a crime.
That's
That's why you
not
can't take
That's
out your
not true.
personal cell phone and take a picture of me right now.
Okay, no problem.
So that's not true. Please inform me it's
I'm
not true.
letting you know he can inquire. That doesn't mean the gas attendant has to give him that information.
I
He can
understand
inquire.
that.
And just like how he asked you, and just like how I asked you. And
Isn't
you
that
refused.
harassment?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
You have that incident on your phone.
I have it
understand.
all. That's it.
That's fine.
You see this?
But him asking questions to a gas attendant or to yourself,
Listen.
which you refuse to answer,
1
is
plus
totally
1
fine.
is
You
2.
understand? So
1 plus 1 is 2. Why would he be asking for my name
I don't
if he
know.
didn't
Maybe
want?
he wanted
He
to-
wanted to retaliate on something. He didn't
So he
like
didn't wanna
that he
retaliate.
couldn't.
Maybe he had a
Come on,
document.
give me your
I don't know
excuse.
what he
What was
wanted
it?
to do.
Why would he want my name?
Document the incident that he
Document the incident that he's following me and playing card
I
games,
don't know.
driving.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
I
Come
don't know the
on.
incident. So
I'm
just
telling
letting
you the
know.
incident, and this is the witness that never lies.
That's fine. Yeah.
So if I send that video to you and everything I'm saying is true, why would
Your-
he
a
going back?
complaint will be filed, and an investigation will be.
now can I ask you, Sergeant, do you condone that behavior? If I sent you the video and
Listen,
everything I
wasn't there,
say,
so I don't know. I'm not,
if I send you the video and everything is exactly as I say, do you condone that behavior?
I gotta see it. I'm not gonna comment on it if I didn't see anything. Okay?
But if I'm telling you that it's what I say,
Is
hypothetically.
there, so
You
right
won't
now it's
answer it.
Officer Durson, 7204-112.
Correct.
Okay, at the Citgo gas
And-
station. Is there anything else I can help you out with?
Yeah, well, you said that him going in and asking for my name is okay and it ain't harassment, but I would argue that him following me for 20 minutes is harassment.
Okay.
I would argue that him saying, come on, with his hand out the window, telling me to come up to his car for 2 blocks and driving up
Listen,
every time I
an
get close.
investigation will begin, and then they'll get all that information, and then they'll
Yeah.
take it from there, okay?
All right, well, can I
And
leave you
you're
with
gonna
this?
Are you gonna fill out the form now, and I can take it, or? you're
I'm gonna fill
do
it
that
out
on your own?
and I'll drop it off.
If
I'll
any
drop it
reason,
off.
Then they'll submit it, okay?
I want to leave you with this, Sergeant, is that for you not to even be able to say that if that's what happened, No, our department does not
I
condone
don't
that
speak for the
behavior.
department.
You are his superior, though, correct?
Oh, yes, I'm just saying, I didn't witness that interaction.
I understand.
So I don't know, I wasn't.
But we know what it is, and what it is
Okay.
that the police police the police, and that's the issue. And you know, I know that these are your brothers in blue, but you know what? As a cop, what's your biggest threat, your worst enemy, in your opinion?
You can tell me, I don't know.
A bad cop, in my opinion. So I mean, you as the sergeant, I would really hope that you would, you know, reprimand him, tell him that, you know,
I'll be
that's.
filing that complaint for you.
You know, I just was very, very surprised at the games he was playing. I'm the citizen. He's the officer. I don't have to behave. He has to be at a higher standard. We give you guys that authority to be at a higher standard, to have thick skin. And it wasn't even like I was saying, fuck you, da-da-da, piece of shit, you know, da-da-da. Like, it was just totally out of hand. And my point is that I know this isn't going to go anywhere probably, and that's the problem. And it's like, I don't, you know, this
So if
divide.
you like, I can get your name and your phone number, I can have people follow up with you if you like it to go somewhere, but
No.
I mean, regardless if I take it anonymously, it's still gonna go somewhere.
I
don't want you to
understand.
think
So-
it's just gonna go to the wayside. It's gonna
Well,
be
then,
investigated.
yeah, and
Would you like to give me
absolutely
the
not.
callback number?
Because this man, Officer Durson, went there and got with why would he bring another officer with him except to intimidate and ask for my name?
That's not
Why
what
would he ask for my name? You can back him up as much as you want. I know he could shoot somebody, and listen, there's no reason why he would ask for my name unless he wanted to pull me over, you know, or whatever the case may be, just to bother me. And that right there is unprofessional, and it's an abuse of his authority. Bottom line.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
No.
All right, and you know, that's the problem. That is the problem, unfortunately. But you know, everybody who's listening,
Is
man,
there anything else I can help you out with?
please know that every citizen isn't out to get you. I don't hate
understand.
cops,
Thank you very
man.
much. I
I just
appreciate
don't like bad cops.
I understand. Is there anything else? we can
Yes,
help you
there
with?
is. How do I get a FOIA request? Do I do that here?
What would you like one for?
I would like one for. I want Officer Durson's salary. I want to know how many
I'll go find that
use of forces he has against him. I want to know how many complaints are against him. Everything.
Boss, what's your name and badge number?
Manager, 7620.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And yours, sir?
What are you asking for?
Name and badge number?
Bartik 4900.
Thank you very much. Gentlemen, listen, like I said to the sergeant, I know you guys overheard it. Everything that I said is all on the camera, and this is the witness that don't lie. And, you know, the issue is, because he's not really willing to hear me out, and it is what it is, and he's heard me out, but it's going in through one ear out the other. I would just implore you guys, please, like, you know, not every citizen is out to get you guys. And just because I come up videoing, that doesn't make me a bad guy, and you guys shouldn't get mad over that. That is our First Amendment right, and you guys took an oath to protect that specific right. So, you know, I wouldn't like cameras on me either. But you guys took this job, and before the cameras, before they, you know, passed the law that we are able to record, there was a lot of bad things going on, but I would just say, please, remember we're not all out to get you, and please be professional as you can, because we expect that of you, as we give you that authority.
Well, hey,
And without us, there is no police department without the taxpayer. And that blue line flag, guys, really needs to go. And it has nothing to do with hating the cops. It has to do with what's written in the United States Constitution, which I love very much. And it literally says that any desecration of the United States flag is against the law. So that literally is a desecration of the flag. So I would implore you, please don't wear it on your uniforms at least.
That sign out there is no good.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna ask him how we can get rid of that sign out there, because the normal person who don't know their rights would not think they can record in here. And even the sergeant outside told us we couldn't record in here, and I said we absolutely can, and he knew it, so he lied about that, but whatever. But yeah. All I could do is talk, you know. If nobody listens, it is what it is.
All you can do is plant a seed, you know?
That's right. I hope I did. Because I know, I want to say, you guys have the hardest fucking job in the country. And I totally understand that. I really do. But again, we give you guys the authority and the position to be at a professional standard, and please, we expect you to do so. Set a report. Why would there be a report for him, you know, following me and playing the game with me? You know, my point with the sergeant, let me talk to my people, guys. So you guys saw the sergeant. He heard me out, but I do feel like it went in one ear out the other. All I could do is talk and plant the seed. You know, I even gave him a hypothetical. If everything I said was exactly the way it is on the video, he still wouldn't say he didn't condone it. And that's the problem today, is that these guys back each other no matter what, and they don't remember that the taxpayer, the average citizen, are the people they swore to protect and swore to protect our rights. And it's not like that anymore. It's about protecting each other and not us, and it's just very sad. And I really hope that this complaint does go through, but I doubt it. But we'll see what happens, and we will go from there. So right now, I am waiting on a FOIA request, and we're going to take a few more pictures. And again, I want to say, like, you know, I tried to, you know, pour my heart out, and I couldn't even get met halfway. And it's just fucked up and sad. Like I said, you know, it's sad. The public servants believe we are the servants now, and that's where we're going wrong here. And that's the problem. And I'm not speaking about any of you gentlemen in particular. I'm just saying.
Report code 4005, blocking the traffic at Precinct, Edison Avenue, Jersey Street. Contact the responder. Yes, sir.
That's the thing, that blue flag. That blue flag isn't what you guys fight for. It's the American flag. You gotta remember that, man. And I know you guys are thinking that I'm just some asshole that hates cops, and that is really not the truth. I respect good cops. I know you guys got the hardest job in the world, but a hard job makes good men turn bad, unfortunately. Because there are terms out like RAS and PC, but it's just like, in order to gather information on a citizen, you need that. You can ask, they can ask you for your ID or what you're doing, but you don't have to answer. But now to go to somebody else and ask what's his name, you're gathering information on a citizen who's not doing a crime, not right.
It says no video allowed, but we're in here video.
Right, and that's a lie. To have that sign is deceiving the public, and most people obey people in authority. So it's an abuse of power. It's against the law. But police, guys, that is the issue here. Policy does not trump law. That's what everybody needs to understand. Policy does not trump law. Constitution trumps it all. I don't know. Do you guys know how the FOIA request goes? Like, doesn't he just print it out for me?
Well, request?
Yeah.
Mr. Manager.
Oh, I thought the sergeant was going to get it.
Let's check with him.
Please do. Because if he's making me wait for nothing, I'll definitely hang out for an hour with you guys. That's no problem.
Any update on?
You have those out of, who's that had of?
Okay.
Okay.
She said they have to be sent to central records.
Okay, you got it. Here's your instructions right here.
For the FOIA request?
Yep.
So I fill this out and just bring
The
it back as
instructions.
well?
I think you gotta go to Central Records and request it through that.
So it doesn't come through here?
Correct.
Just
Through Central Records, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, and two other things is, who did you say I need to talk to about that sign? Because the average citizen sees that and they automatically gonna think they cannot record.
When you go to Central Records headquarters, you talk to them about it.
Talk to them about it? Okay, and also, what about the blue flag?
What about it?
That blue flag is a desecration of the United States flag, you know, and again, it has nothing to do with hating cops. In the Constitution, sir, it says any altar to the American flag is against the law. How you guys get away with it, I don't know. But my opinion is that blue flag, when it came out, started the division from law enforcement to citizen. You guys swore to the American
I
flag,
appreciate
not
it.
that
Thank you very
flag.
much.
And what else did I have for you? What other information can I get here? So it's FOIA requests.
You get everything through Central Records, whatever you want.
Central Records. So if I want, hit officer, there's a salary, things like that. I can't get those records here, right? So what records can I get here?
I just told you, you can go to Central Records to get anything you
No,
request.
so what do you guys do?
We don't give anything out of the precinct.
You don't give anything out of the prison? Gotcha. All right, I'll come back and I'm going to, oh yeah, one more thing. And I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can always walk away. This camera, and your officers, you guys just have to understand that just because someone has a camera, they're not out to get you.
I understand. We have cameras too.
Exactly. So why is it that an officer is always aggressive when they see somebody with a camera? That is the First Amendment, something you guys swore an oath to protect.
I know, it says it right on your mask.
Exactly.
That flag,
So
that's
because
altered.
you guys
Yeah,
don't
I
understand too well, so I think
No, that
you guys
flag's
read it.
altered too, right?
Yes.
What's that?
The flag that's on your mask
This
is
is
altered as
stating the
well.
Constitution.
Where does it state the Constitution on
It
the
literally
flag that
says
you're
First
altering?
Amendment,
On your
Second
mask.
Amendment.
So
Now
that's an
that,
alteration of the flag, right?
no, it's
It's
showing
not
the
with the
Constitution.
snake and the two M16s
Listen,
on
all
there?
right, listen.
Okay.
I am an individual citizen. You guys are our law enforcement. So for me, I could wear fuck police on my thing. That doesn't matter. Now you got a whole law enforcement, people that are protecting us with an altered flag. You guys swore an oath to the American flag, not that blue line flag. That blue line flag is for you to remember to protect your brothers. You didn't swear an oath to your brothers. You swore an oath to the Constitution and us, the citizens. And you guys seem to forget that, and that is the issue. And just the way you took the complaint, Sergeant, one more time, I'm sorry.
Reber?
Reaver.
Someone in charge of the,
Just the way you took the complaint, you didn't want to give any, discredit to your officer. It sounded like
Have to
nothing he
investigate.
did,
I didn't say
but
that.
I said to you, if everything I said, if I sent you the video and everything was exact, you wouldn't even tell me that that's not professional. So it's like, come on here, man.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay. Is there anything else I
Do
can help you
better.
guys out
Do
with?
it better,
I
man.
appreciate you. Thank you.
Please, and I'm not doing it to make
Thank
you
you.
feel like to be a dick. I'm being serious. Like, if you can't reprimand this man, then we're truly fucked here because we rely on you guys.
I appreciate it. Yes.
We rely on you
Yeah,
guys. You know
I
that,
know.
right?
Here you go, sir. Here's your application for the forms that you requested. Okay. I'm just saying, we're not taking your complaint and just throwing it to the side. We have guys helping you out. Okay.
So you say,
Okay, no problem.
That's the bottom line. The way you took the complaint, unfortunately, tells me that you just either don't believe me or you just can't see anything wrong with what your officer did. And if that's the case, then that's how it's trickling down.
Okay.
And that's, that's a problem.
All right, sir. You
All
guys
right.
have a nice day.
So all I could say is, please, man, if I am right about that and you think I'm just some dickhead and you think that your officer did no wrong here, if I'm telling the truth and if I send that, would you like the video? You want to give me email or no?
Sure.
Can you write email?
Yeah.
And you see that video and it's the exact truth, you as a sergeant, that is your duty to reprimand your officer. And if you don't, then how are these guys ever going to do better? We need you guys to do better.
Not saying all cops are bad either.
Oh, I know they're not. And as I was telling them, I know you guys have the hardest fucking job in the country. I
Sir, is
get
there
it.
anything else I can help you out with?
You can walk away at any time.
No problem.
You know,
Here's my email.
bottom line, you
Send it
keep
to me,
asking me
and I'll
that. I'm
send
not
that
forcing you to
the
stay. I mean,
investigating officers.
I
that are
hope you
handling
do.
it.
I really, really do.
Here's some other pieces of paper for you, okay?
You have to make a request for records. That's the form off the internet to make a request for records.
Sir,
The
can I-
instructions are on there to hand it into Central Records in Yap Bank, I believe it is.
But
Can you
should,
just take your name and badge number, please, sir?
Sergeant Fergano,
Thank you, I appreciate it. And
1485.
thank you, sir.
No problem.
Sergeant, I wish, you took my complaint because I don't think it went too well with the other Durden over there.
Sergeant Rupert spoke to me. He said he's putting your complaint in.
Yeah, he's
as
putting it
a-
in, but when I
as a
told him, and I
requirement.
told him things that you guys officer did that was truly despicable and unprofessional, and the guy couldn't even say that it wasn't professional or our department doesn't stand by that if what you're saying is true. How I took it was nothing my officer can do can do no wrong.
Well, what I would recommend is you wait to see what's in the report. Obviously, you're going to get a copy of it. You're going to follow through on it. Wait to see what's in the report before you decide that he didn't file your report properly.
Well, I'm just telling you how I felt, our conversation went,
I understand.
but, like I said, I'll leave you with this, obviously, the police, you guys reprimand the police, you guys investigate yourselves, you guys punish yourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not 100%.
No, so your internal affairs department are cops, which are your brothers. So you guys police yourselves. And with that being said, and it's true, with that being said, we need you guys to do better. Like, just because someone's with a camera, that we're not out to get you. Not every citizen's out to get you guys. And this is a First Amendment right that every single one of you swore an oath to protect. And Officer Durson thought treated me like I, had a fuck the police shirt on. And that's wrong. Because, so what I would say to you is, please, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, maybe if you can have a meeting with your officers and maybe some First Amendment training that in public, citizens can record. We have that right.
I'll take everything you said into account.
I appreciate it. And, on top of that, what's Sergeant Durden?
There's badge number 7204.
PO, right? Not
Right, that's the officer I had the complaint on. But Sergeant, I came out there and he comes right out and says, I can't film in here. And sorry, that's completely untrue. That sign right there that says, no, it is unconstitutional. It might be your policy, but policy does not trump law. So
I understand.
is there
and no
any...
one stopped you from recording.
But
correct?
he tried to, number one, but I stood my ground. There's nothing he could do, because if he arrested me, it would have been a lawsuit.
Sure.
Now, that sign is deceiving the public. Somebody who doesn't know their rights, which are 80% of Americans, are going to see that sign and think they can't record
I understand
when
what
we
your
have a
concern is.
constitutional right to
I understand what
record.
your concern is. We don't make the decision at the precinct level on what signage goes up at the precinct.
So you can't take
That's
that,
made
if
at a
you
higher
wanted
level.
to right now, you're telling me you can't take that
What
sign
I'm
down?
telling you is that people who are superior to me have decided that sign should be there.
But
And
what-
I'm not going to take it upon myself to consider myself more knowledgeable
But it's-
about the situation and to take down a sign that they've decided should be up.
But
That's
it's not
how the chain of
knowledgeable,
command-
it's
that's
the
not how the chain of command
Constitution,
works.
sir. It's a public lobby.
Okay,
That's it,
take
one
that
plus
up- take
one
that
is
up
two,
With our department, take that up with the court. Okay, it's not my job at my level to make a decision on what signage goes up. That's
Well,
above
whose
my- that's
job
above
is
my-
it, And I
That
do
comes from
believe
our
it is,
headquarters.
all your jobs to, be honest and once again, you guys swore an oath to protect our rights to the Constitution, and that's a straight violation of your oath and the Constitution. And that's the truth.
Okay. But
What we're saying
it's
is
not
we have
under
a-
my authority to change that sign. That comes from headquarters.
Do you agree
All
with
we're
it?
saying is we have a right to document.
It's not my place to agree with or to disagree with.
All we're saying is people have a right to document their encounters.
With law enforcement.
With
Right
law
now.
enforcement.
Sir, we had to argue and we had to flex our rights to do so. Now that sign is deceiving the public and it's not right. Unconstitutional, it's not right. Just like that blue flag. I know you think, oh, he's just an idiot who hates cops. That is not true.
When the court decides it's unconstitutional and orders our department to take those signs down,
I
I'm
assure you,
that our
the
department will comply.
court did decide that is unconstitutional. That is why I'm in here recording right
Then
now.
it sounds like an issue you should take up with my department or with the court. If you believe that the court has decided to take that down and that we didn't, then take it up in the appropriate channels.
Well, it's just,
I'm not the person you need to speak to on that.
I understand. I'm just, bringing it to your attention that it is deceiving the public.
Okay.
And that's wrong. And, and again, I just wanted to, ask you if you could, possibly, give a little more information to your officers, especially Officer Durson, that the First Amendment is okay, and someone with a camera does not mean they're out to get you, and you don't have to treat them the way you did.
I'll speak to him about any interactions he had with you today.
Yeah, and
For
please,
sure.
I know we didn't write it down, but I have the whole video. This guy followed me for a half an hour. What's going on? You following me?
Half an hour here at the precinct?
No. I saw him at a gas station, and we had words, and then we were going back and forth. I told him everything, but I'll just give you a quick little brief lift. And then he goes across the street, and he is looking at me, laughing, antagonizing me. So I walked across the street, and then he turns down the block, and he's like, come follow me. So I come down the block, and at this time, we argued a little bit at first, but at this time, I was like, officer, let's de-escalate, and I really want to talk to you. Let's just talk for a minute. He said that it's your guys'
Can you hold on
policy.
for just 1 second?
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, is anyone helping you?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know something.
Do you want to wait until he's finished, or do you want someone to help you now? Sorry?
Yeah, I'm almost done
I mean,
anyway.
because someone else, I just don't know if your business is something that you want to wait until he's done, or if you want some help now.
Oh, I was wondering if Detective Maresco was here.
Detective Maresca, is he expecting you?
She
Where was I
it's
at?
Oh, she, right,
I talked to her earlier, like it's about a domestic violence.
Okay, would you mind just writing down your names, and we'll check and see if she's available to speak to you?
It's his policy, not to talk to journalists.
Yeah.
This guy, too, by the way.
Sir? Thank you for your patience. Do you want to continue with your story?
Yes, sir. I'll make it quick for you. I
Please.
know.
Because obviously, we have a lot of work.
Yeah, I understand. So he's saying, "Come, let's talk." And I'm walking towards his car, and he's playing the high school game. Every time I get close, he drives another 5 feet, and he's just laughing at me. Now you're supposed to be in the middle of investigation, and you're doing this. Very unprofessional. Also, Sergeant, isn't it your policy to identify yourselves when asked by a member of the public?
Yes.
He would not identify himself. Followed me for, I'm not going to say for 20 full minutes, and I have it all on camera, literally turning and seeing him go past blocks, seeing him sitting on the corner, to the point where I literally went up to him and I said, Officer Durson, I'm telling you right now, if I see you one more time and you try to follow me, I am going to the precinct and I'm putting in a complaint. As of right now, I'm not, because we were just bullshitting back and forth. It is what it is. And he continued to do so. And now here's my biggest problem. I went back to the gas. He tried to back up really quick. He tried to solicit a false trespass against me at the gas station. So after he talked to me at first, he went back to the gas station guy, and he tells the gas station guy, I walk up and he says, they're saying that you're bothering them. And I turned to the gas station guy and said, am I bothering you? He says, no. And then Officer Durson goes, isn't he bothering you? And he says, no. So obviously he was lying. Why would he do this? So he was trying to solicit a trespass. I get it. I know that, unfortunately, cops do that a lot. They go right inside to the owner and try to do it. But here's my biggest issue. Finally, I got home. I went back to the gas station 2 hours later to grab a drink. He went back to the gas station with another officer in a separate two cop cars. Only reason that I could see him doing that is for intimidation, to ask for my name. Why would he do that? Why is he asking for my name? Like, now, correct me if I'm wrong.
We should hold off on making assumptions.
No. It's not an assumption. He asked me for my name. Why would he do
You
that?
assumed that. Okay.
No. It's a fact. And he came with 2 officers. Why would he come with 2 officers except for intimidation? And why would he ask for my name unless he wanted to retaliate somehow?
Okay.
It makes no sense. And I also believe that it's against your guys' policy to gather information on a random citizen who did not commit a crime.
It
So
is what
all
the
of
gas
that,
station
Until I
does,
speak to him, unfortunately, I don't know enough about the situation.
I understand.
to comment.
And
I
as-
understand that you addressed your concerns to Sergeant Reaver, and he said he was going to put in the complaint on your behalf.
correct. I
do
thank
know
you
also
for
that
listening
you
to
can put in
me.
the complaint online, or you
Right.
can call IA directly to put in the
But I would
complaint,
like to
correct?
do it, one hard copy.
He did a lot better than the others.
I thank you because at least you heard me out, and you heard me out, understanding as to where I didn't feel that the other way with him. But bottom line is very unprofessional, and I just, the cameraman isn't out to get you guys. Not every citizen is out to get you guys. I know you guys think that I'm just some asshole who don't like cops. That is not the case
I'm
as
gonna be
well.
honest with you. I couldn't care less. I don't feel negatively about you or positively about you. I'm just here to do my job.
Right.
Right?
I understand.
And part of my job is taking care of people's First Amendment rights, all their amendments rights, right?
I appreciate that. So, and
I'm happy
he
to do
was
my best
punishing
for
me
you.
for mine, though.
I'll speak to the officer involved. I'll talk
And
about what happened.
I just
and
wanted
if there's
to-
anything that I think needs corrected, I'll speak to him about it.
Okay, this camera right here is the ultimate witness that never lies. And everything that I just said to you is the God honest truth, and it is all recorded.
No
So,
doubt that you're telling me events.
would you like to give me an email and I'll send you the video, or
All right?
does that not matter? The complaint goes through. And let's say if I
I mean,
did.
no, sending the video to me isn't going to help because
Gotcha.
Internal Affairs is likely to contact you if they feel it warrants further investigation. They're not going to contact me.
Well, I didn't give my name, number, or anything. So,
Okay, so they're not going to be able to contact.
well, I'll give my email address on the form.
Okay, you want to give it to me and I'll pass it on to Sergeant Reaver to put on the form?
Well, no, I didn't fill out the form. I'm going to drop it off because
Okay.
I'm filling it out anonymously
filling out
because
the
I'm
form.
nervous for retaliation because this guy went back
Alright,
asking
so
for
you're
my
gonna
name.
fill out the form. Sergeant Reaver's going to get that form from you, and he's going to put the complaint in. Is that what's happening?
Correct. When I
Okay.
drop it off, he said, he's
Okay.
going to put the
But
complaint
yeah, I
in.
mean, if you want to provide any additional details or evidence, they'll need some way to contact you.
Yeah, and it is what it is, and like I told him, I wasn't even going to put the complaint, but just if everything that I just told you, if you watched it on the camera video, do you, Sergeant, condone that behavior?
I don't know enough to be able to say.
But I'm
one way or
saying
the other.
hypothetically, if everything that I said,
Hypothetically, he could have perceived that there's something suspicious about your behavior that warranted him.
so
doing
that's
that.
okay
See
for
what you
him to
want
play
do.
games with me and drive away and follow me?
I don't know if that's what happened. That's your perception of what
But I'm
happened.
telling you, if hypothetically, if you saw the video and everything I said was true.
Then I would still have to get his take on it. To
My
see,
point,
was he playing
Sergeant,
games
is that
with you?
I just
We
feel.
see things on video all the time that look one way.
But
until
you
we
can
get-
say,
until we get a story
no,
from
I
someone
don't
that makes a different
condone,
sense of
but
it.
you can say, Sergeant, no, we do not condone officers following somebody who's just videotaping. Or no, sir, we do not condone officers
But again,
playing run,
I
let's
don't know
go.
why it is that he followed you. So I can't say whether
He
I agree with
followed
his
me to
behavior or
bust
not.
my balls because he was
That's your
mad that
perception.
it's a fact. Why else would he?
You don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's thinking.
I know 'cause he
I said
told
I'm
me.
going to speak to him.
He told
Okay,
me.
I don't make any decisions on someone's behavior until I've gotten from both sides.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
pretty
leave you-
basic police work, to be honest with you, and it's also pretty basic. What every person should be doing is to wait for both sides of the story before you make any decision.
Again, I get that, but again, the
I understand that your
law
experience is your
enforcement, the
experience.
police the police. So, and you guys are all brothers and have each other's back, and I get that.
Okay.
But my point is we give you guys the authority, and your oath is to us, not your brothers. And yes, you protect them at all costs. But a good
Our
cop's
oath is to
worst
everyone,
enemy,
Everyone.
a good cop's worst enemy is a bad cop. And if a good cop is watching a bad cop do bad things, then he's not a good cop. And you guys have the hardest job in this country, I understand, I really do. But a hard job makes good men bad and do the wrong things sometimes. And that's where I feel we're at. So I'll just leave you with, if you can please, get your officers updated on the First Amendment, because he knew I could record, but there's no reason to act like that. No reason to, try to intimidate me and follow me just because I was recording. And again, I'm a citizen. You guys are officers. I don't have to behave. You guys do. You guys have to be held at a higher standard because we give you guys that authority. And sir, in your hearts of hearts, you have to know what I'm saying is the truth. And I'm not saying it to be a dick. I really am trying to, bridge this gap between law enforcement and the citizens, and there's a major gap.
Something you think is right and important. And I have no problem with that.
You don't think it's right
I don't
to
know.
bridge this gap?
I don't know you. I don't know what you do. I have no idea what you can do with that video. I have no idea what you can do when you walk out of here. I can't say whether you're doing something right or
Well,
not. I
if
can
the
say
video
that
is
I
irrelevant because it's
I believe that you're trying to do what you think is right, because that's what you're
right.
doing, and I have no
Yeah,
reason to
like
doubt
if not, I would have just came here, took pictures, and walked around. And if you guys said anything to me, I would have not ignored you or said "F you." I didn't do that,
I understand.
And
But to be perfectly honest with you, I do have a lot that I need to do.
no,
Is there
go
anything
ahead.
else
You're
substantive
good. You're
that you
good.
wanna
Thank you
talk to
very
me
much
about?
for hearing me
Okay.
and listening. Again, I really do hope that you guys can at least speak. I don't expect it to go anywhere because I know how these things work. But if you can talk to him and just let him know next time, you don't have to act that way with somebody who's videotaping you. I know you don't like it. I wouldn't like someone videotaping me either. But unfortunately, that is the job you guys have. You guys videotape us with your cams. And, it's all about accountability. And that's all it is. And transparency.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Have a great night.
You too. Thank you. All right, guys. So I'm glad we got to talk to the other sergeant. I feel a lot better him hearing me out. I don't expect anything to happen because, like I said, it is what it is. But I hope he at least heard me, and I planted a seed. Shit, I wanted to, well, he said about the sign, so. All right. So we're out of here.
All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you
Have
for
a
your
good night,
service.
guys. Stay safe out there.
Yep.
And again, I know you guys think I'm not asshole, but I respect yous and I respect your jobs. And I know it's hard until I get violated. And then, obviously, I'm going to stand up for myself. And that's what this was about today. Thank you, guys, and I hope that I planted a seed with you guys as well. Thank you. So here is the unconstitutional sign. That shit needs to go right away. And this is the first precinct.